Hey, welcome into another episode of Whoosh here with me, Louie. Today we're going to talk about the fall edition of the 2025 Wicked Comic Con in Boston, Massachusetts. Let's take a look at some of the footage I captured from it. Alright, so that was the footage. It was held at the Westin Boston Seaport District Hotel. It was a completely free event to go to, which was really, really cool. I hope that helped allow people to spend money on the artists they had there. Celebrity guests weren't really a thing, but they did have cosplayers and comic book artists. And while I didn't do a lot of shopping, I did pick up some really, really cool pieces while I was there. If you've watched my channel long enough, you've heard me talk about the Matt Fraction and David Aja Hawkeye run countless times. It's one of my favorite comic book runs. It helped inspire the Hawkeye TV show, which is awesome, one of my favorite Marvel TV shows. I cannot praise it enough. I love it, and I love just the way they blended the story from the comics without doing it page for page, but in a way that was very, very true to the story, which I thought was fantastic. So, if you've realized yet, I'm a pretty big Hawkeye fan because of that run. And one of the books that had been on my get list for the longest time is Tales of Suspense number 57. It's no longer on my list because here it is. Tales of Suspense number 57, Origin and First Appearance of Hawkeye, Clint Barton, Black Widow appearance. And if you know anything, Hawkeye originally debuted as a villain. And I have looked at this book I don't know how many times. Yes, it's a 3.0, so it's a very low grade, but that's fine. I think it is phenomenal. I could not be happier. And one of the funnier things is we saw the price on the book and we're like, wow, that's really, really good already. Um, we asked to see it, we took it down, and the person working the booth was like, oh, if you're really interested in it, my dad can work with you even more on the price. And I was literally like, oh, we're interested. He goes, oh, you're interested in that? And dropped it by $50 without me even having to ask. So I was stoked. I love it, and I'm so so pumped. It's now in the collection. Like it's phenomenal, and I could not be any happier to have it. This was the second purchase of the day. I was trying to remember timeline wise. Second purchase of the day. I love it, and it's awesome. So you're probably asking, what was the first purchase of the day? I only made two, so that one and this one. The first purchase of the day, if you are familiar with my channel again, another person I have made no secret of being a massive, massive fan of is the Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness created character Sam Alexander Nova. They, I believe, worked together for the first 5 issues, and then Ed continued to do the covers, but Jeff Loeb moved on to other things. Well, one of the main reasons I was excited to go to this con in the first place is Ed McGuinness was there. And I was like, awesome, this is great. A while back, I had picked up a blank Nova cover at Harrison's Comics in Salem, Massachusetts, and I was like, cool, I've been holding on to this. I really want to see about getting some sort of Nova like remark or sketch or something done. And I had heard some rumblings before that he was doing some remarks, and he had a list of ones he would do, but Nova wasn't part of them, so I was a little hesitant on getting too excited about it. But when I went there, awesomely enough, he was doing full drawings, not just remarks. So I was able to get this done, and it is absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. Here's a better picture of it, but it is a one of a kind Sam Alexander drawing done by Ed McGuinness, and I am over the moon about this thing. It is easily one of my favorite pieces in my entire collection. It is a Nova #1 from way back when Sam Alexander first debuted, so still sort of a key issue, but now it's a one of a kind art piece that I own, and I could not be more excited for it. I'm still, every time I look at it, just super, super pumped about the whole thing. Um, and that to me was one of my favorite experiences, on top of um, getting to meet Ed McGuinness was really, really cool again. Because I had met him. If you've seen, I have a Sam Alexander #1 signed by both Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness. Came back in 8.0. Wasn't the point. The point was to get them both to sign it because it actually just is one of my favorite comic runs I've read in recent times. So that to me is awesome. That was one of the coolest parts of Wicked Comic Con. On top of seeing some of the other creators I've seen, I don't know how many times, like Clay McCormick was there, Joe St. Pierre was there, so they had a pretty good lineup of artists and creators there, which I thought was really, really cool. And like I said, the event was completely free because they just want to get people in the door to experience it and do all that. So it was really, really fun to go into. Yes, getting into Boston can be difficult. Getting into the seaport area of Boston can be difficult, but we, myself and Rachel, went in. We got a garage for the day for it to park in. I think it was like $20, maybe. So we spent $20 to go to the con, plus whatever we spent on the things we bought. So really, when it came to a Comic Con, it wasn't that bad at all to go to. It was smaller, as you can see from the footage that we had from it, but it was an awesome, awesome experience, and that drawing was worth everything. So, yeah, and that was my experience at Wicked Comic Con 2025 Fall Edition. So let me know, did you go to the show? Have you been to a Wicked Comic Con before? What are your thoughts on it? Do you get original drawings done by your favorite creators when you go to cons? Yeah, let me know all of that in the comments. I'll be happy to read them, and we'll catch you here next time.